Sources, yes, Counter-Strike 2 is real and it's around the corner. Yes. Yes. For years, leakers and data miners have promised the release of a new version of Counter-Strike Global Offensive on the Source2 engine. Yeah, I wonder who that would be. It's been such a frequent occurrence that it become the subject of jokes and meme within the community. I wonder who would do that. Anyway, however, the rumor mill had gathered extra steam at the end of February when Valve's official CSGO Twitter changed its banner. This is the most like Valve Counter-Strike. A Twitter banner change, and this is what sparked it all. Everybody's like, Nothing too out of the ordinary. This was noticed in September and October 2022 as well. Then on March 1st, when Twitter accounts including the popular Gabe followers started to point out the NVIDIA drivers had introduced support for two new executables, CSGO S2.exe and CS2.exe. Yep, here's the simple farmer. Yep. Game follower who's never led us astray before for years. Since then, the sources have reached out to the publication to inform us that not only is the new version of Counter-Strike very real, but it's also right around the corner. What is right around the corner, though? Richard, give me some time! Speaking under the condition of anonymity, sources with knowledge of the game's developments told us that indeed there was a new version of Counter-Strike Global Offensive on its way that has been worked on for some time. The new version is almost certainly set to release under the working title Counter-Strike 2, and the tentative release date for the beta is in the middle of March with April 1st at the outside. Dude, if they drop that shit on April 1st, they'll shit my pants laughing. The sources explained that the creation of the game had been something of a priority for Valve's team, which includes members that have overseen development of previous iterations of the Counter-Strike franchise. So instead of 5 people, there's 10 now. Okay. W. This, they said, should explain why some issues with CSGO have been largely unattended to for some time. The big priority is getting this out and then polishing it and fixing any bugs and bringing it up to the level of people expect from CS. So that's why everybody's crying about no operation. Okay. Specific details of the game include that it will, of course, be on Source2 engine, a move that would improve the optimization, graphic fidelity of the game that is likely to come at cost of performance. Is likely to come at a cost of performance for players with low-end PCs, although Valve historically has always had a philosophy of empowering those with everyday gaming rigs to be able to play their games. Yeah, Source2 demands more because it does more. So maybe that means we get 128 tick. The big question for the community has been whether or not the official servers would be 128 tick, bringing it in line with rival title Valorant. The sources confirmed that this would be the case and that this feature would likely be ready at the launch of the beta. 128 tick? Imagine they just like, it's still 64. The game is set to include a much improved matchmaking system. Oh shit, with features that it is hoped would make the need for third-party plugging services unnecessary. That's a huge W, man. You know, just to touch on this and add my little like anecdote here, this won't affect Faceit, in my opinion. But what it will do is make it so a player can just literally hop on and play a fucking game, dude. Like, you shouldn't have to install a third-party service to play a video game. It is so important that people can play the damn game without having to load up Faceit. And you know what's great is Faceit's still gonna exist, chat. So like, what's gonna be sick about CS is, imagine you have an actual ladder and matchmaking system in CSGO where you don't need Faceit, but also when you want to sweat your weenie off, you can hop on Faceit and still play, right? Like that, to me, like, we have options. NA Faceit gonna loose users. Sylvian, nobody fucking plays Faceit on NA because nobody plays in NA. Currently, the community has had to suffer from uneven matchmaking and long times between rank ups. Most who want an experience more closely aligned with that of competitive player are typically advised to sign up for third-party services such as Faceit. These features will be ongoing work in progress, but the beta will launch with similar matchmaking features that are available in the current version. So I think the goal is to have the new matchmaking system, but I'm assuming that they might not have the whole new matchmaking system at launch, which kind of makes sense. If they're planning on doing a beta, I imagine the beta is purely for bugs and to flush out any sort of gameplay related things. And then systems like a matchmaking system would be probably added after. The sources explained that the game was about ready to go and had said that it had already been tested by an unnamed group of professional players that were flown out in secret to Valve's headquarters in Seattle. Which pros though? Who's got it? Who's got it? That means pros that are playing right now have the juice and they haven't been telling us. Me? Well, I did tell you I was hanging out with Gabe and it could have been me. I swear to God, if Nico got to play this shit in advance though, and he's been holding out, I'm gonna be pissed. It has to be EG. The game is doomed. Less clear is the future of CSGO 2 and its esports scene. Only Valve can answer intentions about whether CS2 will serve as a direct replacement for CSGO or whether it would exist alongside the older game, enabling players to make a choice of preference, as has happened historically since the first version of Counter-Strike was released. Richard's right. Richard was around Counter-Strike Source as well, where it was the version update. So maybe it could be similar to Dota 2 moved to Source 2 when the new version was called Dota 2 Reborn and ran alongside the original game before a merger that saw the improved version become the main one. It also begs the question how long the current esports season can continue before tournament operators adopt the newer version and whether it will have input on what on when that happens. On the basis of past versions, there's likely to be a lengthy period of balance and feature overhaul before the game is fit for competition. We shall add an official Valve response if we receive one. The Counter-Strike franchises remain one of the premier, most popular esports across the world, and a new version with superior technology and a reduced barrier of entry into competition bodes well for the future. And Richard will give us more updates as we go. Pog. This would be pretty sick, man. This better be real, man. It just better be real. I swear. Also, I swear, they dropped this on April 1st. I'm going to lose my mind.